As we continue to look at this possible tornado, it looks like it might be a EF0 or possibly a 1. Some pictures coming out of Brandon in Fond du Lac County shows a couple of trees down, some power lines down. Again, these are just preliminary things. We haven't heard of any injuries in the town of Brandon so far. National Weather Service tomorrow morning will be going out there to check to see if this was a tornado. I suspect it is from just some of the spotty damage. A couple of shingles blown off here, a couple of branches down over here. Unfortunately, it was a very small tornado that happened to hit in a very populated little town of Brandon instead of staying out in the farm field, which they normally do, because most of the area up there is rural with a farmhouse here and a farmhouse there, but it just happened to come out. Probably lasted all of 3 to 5 minutes. That's about it. This was coming out of a thunderstorm cell that did not look severe. We were under no risk from Storm Prediction Center today of any kind of severe weather. There was no watch box. There were no warnings from the National Weather Service, basically because the storm was very, very small and marginally severe. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just take a look at the screen right here, and you'll see this thunderstorm rolling through. That doesn't look anything like a thunderstorm that is tornadic. Slight little hint of a triangulation on the backside, and look how it weakens dramatically as it moves to the north. Now, when it was over Brandon about 5:39 to about 5:45, we got what I call a couplet. I'll circle it for you here. This is our velocity mode, shows where the winds and what the winds are doing. Generally, on velocity mode, when we have severe weather or a tornado, you see this large area of greens and reds. Here you have 1 pixel of green and red, 2 and away from the radar. So one color saying the winds are going this way, one saying it's going that way, and that indicates rotation. And one tiny, tiny little area on the western side of Brandon. And if we didn't go in after the fact and zoom in there to see that, we'd have never saw that, because it's so small it was hiding below the name Brandon. But we wouldn't even have been looking for it. That's how small these thunderstorms were. So possibly a tornado, very small, weaker variety of a tornado in the town of Brandon, or it occurred around 5:39 to 5:45 this evening with a little line of scattered thunderstorms rolling through. This wasn't a big organized event at all. There are going to be some freak occurrences. When we get surprised, it's when they're very weak. Like, for instance, if we get 3 inches of snow and we're only predicting a flurry, that's because it was a small minor event. If we get a tornado and we don't catch it and there isn't a warning on it, it's because it was so small it was undetectable. The big snowstorms, the big tornadoes, we nail them.